The Avalanche just proved something dangerous. The front office made some marquee moves, locking up some key aspects of this lineup for the foreseeable future. And it's not just the contracts that show how dangerous this team is. It's the way that they're playing. It's the structure of the lineup. It's the risks that head coach Jared Bednar is taking with the team right now because of some injury-related stuff. Everything about this team is screaming dangerous and exciting. And the Avs are in a phenomenal place through their first quarter of the season, so to say. Very exciting stuff for the Colorado Avalanche, and we're breaking it all down here today on Avalanche Digest. Excited to have all you guys here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any of our videos, welcome to the Avalanche Digest family. Please, if you can, hit that subscribe button. Join the fastest growing source for Colorado Avalanche news and updates. Goal right now is to try to get to 2,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer every day, and we need all of you guys to help. Put this up there just a second ago. I want to show you one more time. If you're part of that 78% that watches our videos every day and is not subscribed, hit that free subscribe button. It's the best way to get your Colorado Avalanche news and updates on a daily basis. So please give us that support. We appreciate it more than you know. And for those that are subscribed, we can't thank you enough. I mean, we say it every day, but you guys are the only reason that we're able to grow and that we're able to get this channel bigger. And we can't thank you enough for that. So if you're subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not, join the Avs Digest family. We're so excited to have you. Hit that free subscribe button. We can not thank you enough for the support. Okay, we're talking about some crazy exciting moves that Chris MacFarland and the front office made for the Avs over the last few days here. Multiple extensions and some other lineup changes and some other aspects of this lineup that have really shown that this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. You know, we're obviously touching on these signings, but we're more so diving into why the signings make this team so dangerous, what the excitement is looking forward, not just the, news and the reality of, oh, player A and player B signed this contract and that contract. We're getting obviously a little bit deeper, so not going to spend a bunch of time on this first stuff, but Gavin Brindley extends 2-year deal. The rookie that was traded from Columbus gets an extension. He'll be with the Avs a little bit longer term, which is very exciting. And then Scott Wedgewood, who has been unreal in between the pipes, has essentially taken on the role of the starting goalie for the Avs through these first few games that we've played. I believe we've played, I'm doing some quick math in my head, 19 games. And I mean, Scott Wedgewood has been the starter in almost all of them, and we have only had one regulation loss. It's been huge for him to get to play the way that he's played. He's been unreal. And it just gives so much confidence for the Avs and Jared Bednar for the way that they're playing and how their lineup is meshing. And then you add confident, exciting goaltending to that. I mean, even too with Mackenzie Blackwood, who's really starting to get his footing and getting some rust knocked off. He obviously isn't 100% playing the way that we know he's capable of, but he's really close and he's getting there. So it's very exciting. Gavin Brindley signs a 2-way deal, $875,000 for the 2026-27 season, and then a 1-way deal of $900,000 for the 2027-28 season. So obviously making close to the league minimum, but I think that's right where he should be. He's he's in a prove it scenario right now where he's a young rookie with a lot of potential. They sign him and give him an opportunity to play and do well with the Avs for the next 2 years. He has to obviously prove it, and he's doing a great job in doing so right now. We're going to touch on that in just a second. And then the Scott Wedgewood contract, $2.5 million AAV on the 1-year deal. Once again, I think this is perfect for Scott Wedgewood. He's obviously getting a little bit older. Goaltending is a position where you can see consistency slip away pretty quickly. I mean, look at Alexander Georgiev. He was a pretty solid backup goaltender for the New York Rangers, came into Colorado, was doing pretty well as our starter, and then you saw that drop off out of nowhere. So I think the 1-year deal is perfect in the sense that let's just see how this year goes. Let's see, how Scott Wedgewood continues to play. Does he stay healthy? Does he keep getting a lot of time in relation to Mackenzie Blackwood, who is longer term considered our starting goalie, so to say. So I think these numbers are perfect. I think they're very exciting. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about Gavin Brindley and just the whole entire conversation around our lineup and what this team is capable of and why they're proving that they're such a dangerous force to be reckoned with. So looking at Gavin Brindley through his first 16 games, he has 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. He's a +3 on the season. And obviously 3 of those 4 goals have come in the last few games here. And there's 1 goal, actually there's 2 that I want to really dive in on that just really circulates the conversation around the excitement of Gavin Brindley and how it segues into just the excitement of the Avalanche. So the Vancouver Canucks game, it's the second of a back-to-back. Didn't get a lot of sleep the night before. Guys are tired. And I mean, we didn't play the most amazing game that we have played, obviously, especially against a struggling team against Vancouver. We go into we go into an overtime 3-on-3 hockey. It's 4-4. And, you know, overtime has been a struggle for the Avs. It's been something that they haven't thrived in over the last few games. I mean, you look at our record, we only have that 1 regulation loss, but we've been stung 5 times in overtime, whether that's not getting it done and getting pushed to a shootout, which we know shootouts are something that the Avs struggle with, or it's inefficient, lazy giveaways in the neutral zone playing during overtime in which we lose. I mean, that's happened, you know, just as many times as we lost in overtime. Jared Bednar took a risk in putting out the rookie Gavin Brindley, the young prospect who is 100% still proving, so to say, that he belongs in this lineup, that he is the guy that needs to be here, the guy that's the future of this team. And mind you, this overtime goal before the Avs extended him, they put him out there on the ice and he scores the grittiest, most electric game-winning overtime goal. He takes it in himself on the near side in toward the slot, gets a shot off. Shot doesn't go, but he stays true to the play, gets the rebound, scoops it right under the legs of the Canucks goalie, and he gets the overtime winner. And that was the start of this. Wow, this is a futuristic, exciting prospect who fits really well into the system right now and is a key contributor to why the Avs are succeeding in the way that they are right now. And then this is when things get really interesting. After the extension, Val Nichushkin gets hurt. And I even talked about this on the channel. I'm thinking, you know, Gabe Landeskog probably back up to the second line with Nelson and Colton, or Victor Olofsson coming up to the second line, like flipping those kinds of things around. Once again, a big risk, a pretty significant move. They put the young, newly extended rookie on the second line. He becomes a top 6 forward while Val Nichushkin is out. And what does he do? He scores an unreal odd man rush wrist shot against the Buffalo Sabres. If you didn't see the goal, go look at the highlight. It was a snipe it was a phenomenal goal past Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Such a great goal. And that right there is the conversation of this team is so capable up and down of being a threat in this league. A guy like Gavin Brindley gets an opportunity to be a top 6 player. He's playing on that line with Ross Colton and Brock Nelson. And he doesn't sit back. He doesn't, his production doesn't go away. In fact, it actually increases. He scored what I would say probably his best goal of his career in playing professional hockey, both in the AHL and the NHL. Unreal stuff from Gavin Brindley. And it just circles in the conversation of the whole frame of this video, that this team is dangerous, that this team is a force to be reckoned with. Because a conversation that we've had a lot on this channel and that I hear all the time and that I know is accurate, if you have guys like Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, Marty Necas, guys that can be point per game and produce and lead the league in points, great, that's awesome. But you have to have the depth and the skill to back it up. And that is what we are seeing from this Colorado Avalanche team right now. And that is what Gavin Brindley is doing as a newly extended Colorado Avalanche player. And that is why this team is capable of so much success in the near future. And that is why this team is comfortably leading the National Hockey League in almost all categories right now. They have 18 games played. You look at the top 4 teams in the league right here. 12 wins, only 1 regulation loss, 5 overtime losses. They're 4 points ahead of the top in points. Their point percentage is .806, which is phenomenal as well. They are plus 28, and they have a 74 goals for. Look at the gap in goal differential right there. They're a plus 28, and then the other 4 teams are a plus 15, plus 8, and plus 6. Plus 28. That is an unfathomable number for the Avs to be. It just really wraps in the idea and wraps in the conversation that everything about this team is really exciting. And there's a lot to be, looking forward to for the Avs in the future. When you look at, a guy like Marty Necas, who signed a huge deal. MacKinnon is still playing out of his mind right now. Makar is going to sign a deal pretty soon here. So much excitement around this team. So much to look forward to. And, these signings, it just elevates the idea that this team is dangerous and that this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. Thanks so much for tuning into Avalanche Digest today. We'll be keeping you covered on all things Colorado Avalanche hockey, games, signings, all of that stuff. Make sure that you're subscribed, tuning in. We appreciate you guys' support more than you know. Thank you for tuning in. Make it a great rest of your day. Go do something fun. Go compliment somebody. Go hold the door for somebody. Random act of kindness. I don't know, something fun, something random like that. Appreciate your guys' support more than you know. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers, everybody.